What up, YouTube? It's your girl Bella, and I'm back. And what if I wanted to do part two? Want to finish what we started with the paperwork party. So, as you know, we're talking about Kim Porter, and we finding out some new information. So, what if I told you everything you thought you knew about Kim Porter's death was a distraction? This morning, I want to dive to the second part of the paperwork party breakdown. And this time, the names, the timing, the silence, it's giving cover up energy, allegedly. So let's get into it because it's too many dots that's being connected and not enough people are talking about it. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go. If you wasn't with us yesterday, just give you a quick update on the key players here. This is Lawanda Lala Lane. She came into play when she all of a sudden came out at the courtroom saying that Albie Shore was a fraud. And so far we have Cheryl Foxroll. She was more than a friend. She was the one that was in the home with Kim when they found her that morning. They tried to make it seem like Cheryl was just a bystander, but her timing and position in the story made me raise my eyebrow. Okay. Um, why are these names being kept quiet? We don't know. They want us to believe that Kim was up and smiling, then suddenly gone, and she had pneumonia, but we're not playing dumb. Um, Kim was tied to powerful folks, obviously. Her silence was way more than words ever could ever. What was they scared that she was going to say? And then, like I said, Cheryl Fox. And then the paperwork party allegedly also, and this is fair use, you guys. Um, paperwork party also connected Diddy legal moves to Kim, claiming that Diddy started to move things legally right before Kim's death, like NDAs, property changes, etc. So that ain't no coincidence, y'all. Diddy knew what was coming or made sure we wouldn't. So that's the theory. It also is another theory about a final phone call Kim made that may have scared her. So imagine making one last call for help and nobody answers. Whew, that hit my chest right there. Um, and the paperwork party also hints that there are folks not being named at all. Hollywood insiders, political players. Y'all, the real tea ain't who he mentioned, it's who he didn't. And that's when you know it runs deep, right? So this ain't a cold case. We're trying to get this case opened back up. Kim deserves justice. It was closed on purpose. Wait till you hear the second part. A lot of these names keep popping up, like doctors, coroners, things of that nature. So pay close attention. So you know we're just getting started, y'all. And y'all tell me, do you believe the official story, or is there more to Kim Porter's death than they want us to know? So let's get into it.
That's how you spell la la. You don't spell la la, L-A-L-A. You spell la la, Lielie. You a lie. I'm glad your nickname la la. So everybody know you lying. Stop lying on Al B. Sure. All right, let the man tell his truth. We know what Diddy did. You a liar. The whole crowd said la la. She's a liar, Valentine. She's a la la. She's a la la. Somebody say you take a lie to take the test. You a la la. Come on, gang. You got the nerve. Look, let me tell you how I know you a la la, and that's your nickname, la la. You are a lie. You could have came forward when I said that your daughter was in the bed with Kim Porter when she died, and she snuck out the house at 8:30 in the morning, and she was nowhere in the autopsy report. No investigators talking to your daughter. You could have came forward then. You want to come forward now and try to discredit Al B. Sure? I've been rocking with Al B. Sure since I started the Kim Porter case. All right? Everything you say he lying about, I'm a debunk. All right, so Lala, we watching you now. Season 7, baby. We watching you, Lala, because you are a liar. Anytime you come forward to discredit Al B. Sure, anytime you try to protect P. Diddy, I'm on your ass. Okay, Lala? You are protecting a man that has been sex trafficking. Now, you are very
Allegedly.
much protecting P. Diddy in this conversation. All right. So a lot of women in the crowd may not like that.
Mm.
All right. Now, at the same time that you talking shit about Al B. Sure, you protecting P. Diddy. All right. The same man that's on trial right now for beating Cassie. The same man that has been accused
Mm.
of beating Kim Porter. As a matter of fact, we already know that Kim Porter and P. Diddy have been in some big brawls because Gene talked about him. Gene broke a whole. Gene was telling us shit we didn't even know. By the time Gene had to go to the hospital, when P. Diddy and them had a fight with Kim Porter, when Kim Porter was wearing different makeup to hide her black eyes, we already knew that P. Diddy was beating up on Kim. You the one taking up for P. Diddy. You the one trying to discredit Al B. Sure. But guess what, La? We on your ass. All right, let's go, man. Watch
Where
La.
he pointed the finger pretty clearly at Diddy, claiming that he had something to do with Kim's death. And I know that's got to be upsetting. As you said, the girls got through that.
Let me be very clear on Kim's passing. That nobody but her closest friends and our children were there. To speak so recklessly on stuff that you know nothing about, you saw that woman.
So I just want to pinpoint this is what a handler looks like in Hollywood.
2 months before for an hour. You were not friends. You did not have a discussion is wrong. Is wrong to her children, wrong to her family. Her father is still alive. Is wrong to us, her friends who have been there and were there taking care of her.
Now, you know what's crazy? Did you hear her just slip and say that we were there
Hmm.
taking care of her?
Yeah. Who is we?
Oh, La. You talking a little bit too much.
Mm.
You need to just shut the fuck up. You must don't know I got all the paperwork. You should have just shut the fuck up. Matter of fact, why did you even come forward? Huh, La? Huh? You shouldn't even said that. So you helped kill Kim, allegedly.
Hmm.
Allegedly. I knew somebody had to be in that house helping out Ashley. You know what? I knew that Ashley didn't do it by herself.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, La. Ashley did not kill Kim Porter by herself. You just admitted that you was in the house with Ashley, and both of y'all was doing it to Kim. Because we got the paperwork, La. We know exactly what y'all did to Kim to cause the murder of Kim. Now we know Mama was in there helping out the daughter. Wow. Yeah, I'm on your ass, season 7. As a matter of fact, the FBI may be knocking on your door here in a little bit. All right, La. FBI may be knocking on your door, La. Come on, La. FBI
It'd be the same names. Corey Gamble, this doctor. It'd be the same names, you guys.
may be knocking on your door, La. Yeah. She's a big dummy, Charles. We were the one taking care of Kim. Y'all the one that allegedly murdered Kim. La. You should have came forward when I first came forward with it. Now we on your ass. Hey, as a matter of fact, I may just call you tomorrow. If you get a phone call from a number that's a Texas number, it's paperwork party. All right, I may just call you tomorrow, La. All right, because you was in the house when Kim died. As a matter of fact, let's hear you again admit that you was there when Kim died, and Al B. Sure is lying, and P. Diddy's telling the truth.
Things I know a lot more, but that's just not our focus here. And they're very strong enough to say, you know, this is my dad. And we understand it, but we have to move forward. It can't be a crutch. It can't be, you know, the worst thing that has happened is we've all lost Kim. That was devastating. We had to get through that, and we did, all of us together.
Al B. Sure, right before the trial started, did an interview where he
And I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this right now. TMZ need to be held responsible for the bullshit that they do with these entertainers, and particularly Diddy. They play a huge role in shaping how they want this shit to go. They need to be held responsible as well. Harvey, your ass need to be locked up too.
pointed the finger pretty clearly at Diddy, claiming that he had something to do with Kim's death. And I know that's got to be upsetting. As you said, the girls got through that.
Let me be very clear on Kim's passing. That nobody but her closest friends and our children were there.
Okay, now hold on, gang. Now, she said nobody but her closest friends and children was there. The people that was in the house when Kim died was Cheryl Fox, Lala, Ashley Austin. Those were the three women in the house when Kim died. I'm going to say it one more time, gang. 3 women was in the house when Kim died. It was Cheryl Fox, it was Lala, and it was Ashley Austin. Remember, gang, Corey Gamble, okay, and P. Diddy came after she died. After Kim died, her cell phone was missing, but who showed up to take the laptop? It was Corey Gamble and P. Diddy that came and took the laptop. All you gotta do is go look at the video. I got the video on my page. Go look at the video. Break down how you came and stole all that shit. They took everything from Kim. When by the time they got there, the coroner, they had took everything. They took the cell phones. That's why Cheryl was running up and down the street telling somebody to call 911 because they took all the cell phones. They took Cheryl's cell phone too. They took Kim's cell phone. They took the laptop. They took everything. Why didn't Lala call the police? As a matter of fact, Lala, I got a question for you real quick. Why didn't you call 911 when Cheryl was running up and down the street trying to get somebody to call 911? All right? I got a question for you. Gang, I'm gonna type it in. Say, Lala, why didn't you call 911 when Cheryl was running up and down the street trying to get somebody to call 911? I need to know that. Let me type that in, gang. Why didn't Lala call 911? Why didn't La call 911? You know what? I'm gonna tell you something, La. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm on your ass now. Thank God you came forward. Thank God you came forward, La. Thank God you came forward, La. I'm gonna tell you why you didn't call 911, La. The reason you didn't call 911 is because when Kim Porter died, your daughter, Ashley Austin, was in bed with Kim. Ashley got up and left at 8:30 in the morning, supposedly to go to work she had never been to work. She was there for 3 days from 11:12 to 11:15. She had just got there. Y'all was already there, okay? When she left at 8:30 in the morning to so-called go to work, you were still there with Cheryl Fox, okay? When Cheryl was running up and down the street asking for somebody to call 911, why didn't you call 911, La? Come on with them Family Dollar ass shades you got on, with that T-Boo ass wig you sporting. You can't sit up here and call Al B. Sure a lie when you didn't call 911. Come on, gang. Why didn't you call 911 when Kim Porter died? You all on TMZ talking shit. Why didn't you call 911? I'm on your ass. Hey, you will get a phone call from me. Come on, gang. Come on. Now, let's hear you talk shit, but you tell me why you didn't call
Where
911.
he pointed the finger pretty clearly at Diddy, claiming that he had something to do with Kim's death. And I know that's got to be upsetting. As you said, the girls got through that.
Let me be very clear on Kim's passing. That nobody but her closest friends and our children were there. To be so recklessly let on stuff that you know nothing about, you saw that woman, you were not friends, you did not have a discussion, is wrong. Is wrong to her children, wrong to her family, her father is still alive, wrong to us, her friends who have been there and were there taking care of her. No one expected this. For the world to this narrative and this craziness benefit for Sean to not have the mother of his kids, there is no benefit. That is not, no, she was not writing a book. That
She was writing the book. In the book, she's talking about Dallas Austin taking dildos ass, allegedly. Now, I don't know how far she got in the book. I don't know if she ever dropped it. I have sources that contacted me that told me that that's why Dallas Austin got with P. Diddy to kill Kim, because both of them was in the book. Why would you mention the book, Lala? She's not writing the book. Lala, you know she was going to talk about Dallas Austin taking the dildos up the ass. Yeah, Dallas Austin taking dildos up the ass. That's why Dallas Austin got together and told Ashley and your bald-headed ass to go over there and finish Kim. Only reason you was there with your daughter because Dallas Austin told y'all to go do it, because Kim had paperwork on her computer. That's why y'all took the laptop, the disk drive that showed that Dallas Austin was taking dildos up his ass. Now you want to take up for a man that take a dildo up his ass? Oh, my bad, you taking up for Diddy too. All right? So you can talk shit about Kim. You can say Kim wasn't writing the book. Kim was fed up and she was going to tell the world about Dallas Austin and Diddy. They got together and they planned it. And we showed the receipts. The receipts is out there. That's why Dallas Austin came after me. He don't want no smoke, though. I don't think Dallas want no smoke with me. I don't think he want no smoke. He has something to say about me, but he don't want no smoke. Come on, gang. He don't want no smoke. So look, you can lie all you want to. I know for a fact, Lala, that you did not call 911 when Kim needed you.
Yep.
You were so busy stealing the cell phone. You was making sure Ashley Austin got out the house, that she would not be in the police report, that she would not be in the motherfucking autopsy report. You was cleaning up. Got to wipe the blood you forgot to wipe the blood off of Kim's nose. By the time they got there, Kim had a bloody nose. Why was Kim's nose bleeding? Who hit Kim? Who strangled Kim? Who poisoned Kim? Who gave Kim the massages to move all the poison around that was given by Dr. Farzan, who was Kanye West's doctor as well? Who did it? You did it, Lala. That's why you coming forward now. You can't answer the question on why you didn't call 911. Shut the fuck up. If you're going to come forward talking shit about Al B. Sure, when he's telling his truth and taking up for Diddy, you need to answer the question why you didn't call 911. Why you didn't call 911 when Kim died?
is wrong. Is wrong to her children, wrong to her family, her father is still alive, is wrong to us, her friends who have been there and were there taking care of her. No one expected this. For the world to take on this narrative and this craziness, what is the benefit for Sean to not have the mother of his kids? There is no benefit. That is not, she was not writing a book. That was not Kim's mental state about anything. That's our business. She was our friend's daughter. That's somebody's granddaughter that her grandmother just passed. Like, and her children, she had kids who knew she was not well. So that's just, you know,
Nah, her kids didn't know she wasn't well. Y'all told her kids she wasn't well. Those little old bitty girls didn't know her mom. Her mama didn't even die from the flu. Mama did not die from pneumonia. Kim Porter did not die from pneumonia. Can you flood the crowd with what Kim Porter died from? If you have heard the 911 call on the paperwork party, if you heard the 911 call, because remember, gang, we only got a piece of the 911 call. Hey, they haven't gave us the whole 911 call. We still wait on the other 911 call too. What did Kim die from, gang? I'm looking at it. I'm finna play it. As a matter of fact, how about I just play it? Because we already know what Kim
Pneumonia.
died from. She talking about Kim died from pneumonia. Kim didn't die from no damn pneumonia.
Uh-oh.
Y'all thought we weren't going to get the initial 911 call.
Uh-oh.
Okay? It
Paperwork
wasn't pneumonia.
party.
Y'all want to hear it for yourself? Let's go.
Agent 76, Rescue 82, cardiac arrest.
Let's go,
76,
gang.
you're going to get
Cardiac
EMS
arrest.
14. EMS 14, respond with Agent 76 on
Cardiac
scene of the
arrest.
cardiac arrest.
Come on, gang. They did not want you to know that Kim died
Wow.
from cardiac arrest.
Wow.
You know what? As a
Y'all
matter of
heard it.
fact, let me type this in. Let me tell y'all something, gang. They tried to hide that 911 call.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't want nobody in the world to know that 911 call existed. As a matter of fact, there's another 911 call they don't want y'all to know about. That's the one that we having a
Paperwork
hard time
party.
getting. Now, everybody in the world should know that the initial cause of death was cardiac arrest. They don't want you to know that. Why would they tell you the truth when they trying to hide the fact that Kim was murdered? They trying to hide the truth. Now, I do believe Kim was poisoned. I see the whole crowd talking about Kim was poisoned. Shout out to my boy Gene. Gene, I'm breaking it down for him real quick. I'm letting them hear the 911 call of Kim dying of cardiac arrest. And then they came back and started saying other shit about pneumonia and this and that and labor, all that type of bullshit. Gene, you got the flow real quick, man. What's up with it, Gene? Come off of mute. I can't hear you, Gene. Hey, you may have to, Gene, you off of mute. I just can't hear you. Somebody say heart attack, cardiac arrest, sign to me. Shout out to Ursula.
Cardiac arrest. I heard.
Somebody said that bloody nose could have been from the poison. What's up with it, Randy? Nah, Gene is up, y'all. We can't hear Gene. Gene, you may have to go out and come back in. I think you may have probably been on mute so long we can't hear you. Shout out to Gene, man. Gene trying to come in because Gene know about the cardiac arrest.
Man.
Gene know about that cardiac. Matter of fact, let's hear it again, gang, while Gene getting this shit together.
Agent 76, Rescue 82, cardiac arrest. Agent 76, you're going to get EMS 14. EMS 14, respond with Agent 76 on scene of the cardiac arrest. Rescue 870. Agent 76, Rescue 82, cardiac arrest. Agent 76, you're going to get EMS 14. EMS 14, respond with Agent 76 on scene of the cardiac arrest. Rescue 8. Agent 76, Rescue 82, cardiac arrest. Agent 76, you're going to get EMS 14. EMS 14, respond with Agent 76 on scene of the cardiac arrest. Rescue 870.
Hey, gang, now watch this. Watch this, gang. Watch this. I had some real questions because now we know, and I've been knowing for a long time, man. We just for season 7 paperwork again. My boy Gene is covering the Diddy trial. I'm gonna help him with that, and I'm finna back in with this because the FBI definitely is looking to this case. We giving them everything we got, gang. One thing about us, we got all the paperwork. All right, we got the receipts. Watch this, gang. We know that Kim died of cardiac arrest. We also know. So what I had to do, gang, I had to talk to the. Can anybody tell me who is the doctor that drug Kim up? I'm going to show y'all the paperwork. I just want to let y'all know I talked to the doctor. The same that called 911 on Kanye West is the same doctor that did house calls and drugged Kim for 2 weeks until she died on November the 15th, 2018, gang. The poison was there. The saline was there. The poison was moving through Kim's veins. As a matter of fact, we gave the doctor a call. We had to put him on, wig off, because he had something to do with the death of Kim, allegedly. This is Dr. Farzan, gang. All right, let's check it out, gang. Shout out to the gang. Get the likes up. The likes should match the views. Let's go.
Call him real quick to see what's really going on. And why did he really unalive her? And can't y'all believe he's 50 years old, y'all? He was born May 1973. This dude is 50 years old, y'all. He's definitely in the game. All right, let's get it going.
Now you can sell this $20 yoga mat on Amazon and compete with hundreds of other yoga mat sellers.
Hey, how you doing, Dr. Farzan? This is John. I can barely hear you, though.
How can I help you?
All right, Dr. Farzan, I wanted to know if you still do house calls.
Yeah, how did you get this number?
My friend gave it to me. He said that you did a house call on his wife.
Okay, how can I help you?
All right, so this is the thing about it. Did you ever do a house call with Miss Kim Porter? Do you remember doing one with Miss Kim Porter?
Sorry, sir, you're calling me on my home line, so I don't think you have the right information, first of all. So if you're asking about patient information, clearly that's confidential.
No. I'm just talking about. I got the autopsy report, and it don't say anything about cardiac arrest. It says you gave her saline and vitamins.
Okay, you can read the report, but yeah, please don't call me on my home line
But
anymore.
Mr. Farzan, why did they block your name out of the report? That's what I was trying to figure out.
You can ask whoever wrote the report. I don't know what you're talking about, sir, but please don't call me on
That was, sir, that was the that did that.
Paperwork party.
Farzan. All right.
Okay.
Mr. Farzan.
Oh shit, he ain't sleep tonight.
Mr.
He shook, bro.
Oh yeah.
He shook.
In other words,
Wait a minute, gang. Hold on. If you just not coming in, gang, Kim was poisoned slowly,
Yeah.
allegedly,
She was.
until Ashley Austin got to the house. She was poisoned day by day by a doctor named Michael Farzan. Let's drop some paperwork, gang. If you look at the paperwork that was dropped, Michael Farzan's name and Kimberly's autopsy is blotted out. Why would they blot out the doctor's name? Why don't you want us to know who the doctor is that drugged this shit out of Kim? Because when you look at the paperwork, the drugs that he gave Kim assisted in the death of Kim. The poison that they gave Kim. You see what I'm saying? That's the reason that they had the deep body massages. Look at the screen, gang. This is Kim's autopsy. I'm going to break it down real quick for the gang. Now watch this. Why is your name blotted out, doctor? Come on, gang. Why is your name blotted out? Why did they take your name out of Kim Porter's The reason they took your name out because you killed Kim, allegedly. You had something to do with the death of Kim. As a matter of fact, gang, y'all know I got the original. Come on, gang.
Oh.
You making blotted out, but the paperwork party got it, gang. Okay? When you look at Kim Porter's autopsy, whenever you see a name blotted out, it is Michael Farzan. Michael Farzan. It is no way in hell that they should have blotted your name out. The reason they blotted your name out is because when the coroner showed up at the scene, Michael was already there. Come on, gang. When the coroner showed up to the scene,
Yeah.
P. Diddy was standing with Michael Farzan. The reason that they blotted out Michael Farzan's name is because he's the one that was drugging up Kim.
Yes.
Okay? And when they pulled to the scene, the first person they seen was Michael Farzan standing with P. Diddy and Corey. Michael
Oh.
Farzan is a paid hit. You look, gang. I'm not gonna get too deep in it, gang. I'm not gonna get too deep. Season 7, I'm gonna show y'all how he killed Kim. Show y'all how the poison was not moving quick. They had to get a body masseuse in with Kim to move the poison around her body. That's where Ashley comes in, gang. You think I'm bullshitting? Let's read the report. Let's read the report. Here it goes. She was living with a friend in her Florida. That's your girl. The descendant's daughter, who was visiting, had gained 11, 12. What's that, guy? That's Ashley. November the 2018, in order to give deep massages to Kim. Show up 3 days before Kim died to give deep body massages. Look at the line, gang. On 11/14/2018, the descendant stated she felt better. She received a deep tissue massage for her goddaughter. The same woman on November 12, 2018 is the same woman that was giving deep tissue massages that literally killed Kim, allegedly. Because the only way you can move poison around the body efficiently is through tissue body massages. And we all know that Kim passed away 3 days after Ashley was on the scene. 3 days. Just gonna show you a little of the paperwork tonight, gang. Just a little bit of it. Just a little bit of it. I can't get too deep into it until I come back from my vacation. All
Can I
right?
ask you one question?
Go ahead, Jen. You got the flow.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Because I couldn't hear anything for a minute. But I just want
I'm
to say,
saying what's the name? So go ahead, Jen. You got the flow.
I just want to say that just how the chat really, if you ever had a bad cold or or somebody had pneumonia, who gets deep tissue body massages when they have pneumonia? I would like the chat to answer that one.
Go
Hello?
ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Who
I
gets
can
deep?
hear you. For some strange reason, my shit low, but I don't think everybody's shit low.
Yeah.
Somebody
But
said you must be outside. Why you doing it out caps?
who, me?
Nah, you outside paperwork, nobody's facts, no one, not me. You on the boat. Forget y'all. Look, can y'all hear me good? Can y'all hear Gene good, y'all?
I can hear you good now, but I don't know if anybody can hear me.
That must be my shit. People think, yeah, I ain't gonna tell y'all where I'm at, man. Look, man, look. I took out 2 hours to do this shit for y'all. Let's do this, man. Come on, Jen. Y'all
No,
trying to
I
figure
just
out
want
where
to
you
know,
work at.
anybody who ever been sick or with a cold, a bad cold, pneumonia, flu, or anything like that, is there a recommendation in any medical that somebody get deep tissue body massages?
No.
Did you hear
I
me?
ain't never heard no shit like that. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like,
So
remember, Jen,
why
that's
if she had pneumonia, and I speak to Al often, I speak to Albie Shore often. He said that she was quite fine, you know, when he had spoke with her and everything. But I want to know, because we have like a lot of professional people in the chat, and any nurses or anybody that, or any medical personnel, they can contest to the fact that an individual gets deep tissue body massages when they have pneumonia or the flu. Is that something that's recommended?
I know one thing. Hey, y'all listen to Gene, but I'm looking at the crowd. But Gene, I know one thing. Gene, that show. If she was poisoned, Gene, them damn massages will speak. That'd kill her quick, Gene. If she was poisoned, come on, Gene. If
Right.
she was poisoned,
Well, you know, like I said, allegedly. But what I'm just saying is that as we do know that massages help the medicine get through your body, like you just said. It will help. It probably would also help poison get through your body. But is that recommended for the flu or any kind of cold that you get a deep tissue body massage?
the crowd saying it's not, Gene. The whole crowd saying it's not recommended. The whole crowd.
All right. So if it's not recommended, why is she getting a deep tissue body massage and she got the fucking full blown flu? For what reason? What was the purpose of that? Give me some hot tea with some honey. Don't give me no fucking massage.
Gene, that shit, and then it's crazy because remember how we had talked about Gene that when she left at 8 in the morning and they left Kim in the bed dead, and they called the police like around 11 something. They never gave her medication. So I'm with you, Gene. Why are y'all giving her these deep body massages, but nobody's giving her medication? Like nobody's trying, and whatever y'all did give her, it wasn't no bottles laying around. You see what I'm saying? It's like y'all cleaned up before y'all called 911.
Yeah. And
Now,
then you
Gene,
got,
what do you
and the
think
fun,
about this phone conversation I had with the doctor? Gene, this is the same doctor that called 911 on Kanye West. Diddy hired this doctor to go give Kim shots every day until she died. Diddy the one hired this doctor. That's why I put a wig on him. What do you think about my phone conversation with this weird ass doctor that had something to do with the death of Kim allegedly?
well, the thing about it is, we know in Hollywood they have what they call fixers, and they have people who do things to people, and they allegedly come up. Then they have people like allegedly Mr. Gamble that's around that has prestige in there, and he fixed shit. Look at another case that allegedly an individual died of the same like type of pneumonia symptoms that Kim. Brittany Murphy. Who was his friend?
Facts.
Who was her friend? And who was he friends with?
Mm.
It makes you want to say, nah, 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 nah. Shit. That
Jane,
shit
look what
is weird.
somebody just put on the screen, Jane. This shit, you can't make this enough. Shout out to one joyful, man.
What
Shout out to
happened?
one joyful, man. Jermaine Jackson's assistant is Locke, who went to Michael Jackson's trial. Appreciate that one, joyful. Y'all want
What
me to
happened?
come back on vacation, man. Gene, what you think about her being that's actually Austin's mama, the same woman that was in the bed when Kim died. This woman on the screen did not call 911. Now we got a paperclip in the crowd telling us that she is Jermaine Jackson's assistant. All right, Gene, you got the flow, man.
Man, listen here. I don't know what to do with it when I got it. But my whole thing about it is this, man. We as people got to understand that Holly Weird is just what we say is Holly Weird. And they get away with a lot of shit that it eventually takes years to catch up with it. When they catch up with it, you understand, they find out and they find themselves in situations like, oh boy, we found out all his weird shit that's going on. Now, to get back to what you're saying is that these people all deal with the same people. They had the same doctors. They had the same dentists. They had the same. So if anything go wrong, you understand, they're able to have some kind of paper trail that they look out for each other. And they call the same cops. You know, they are the same cops, the same people that come around there, and they all in it about the money.
Facts.
Michael Jackson, how is this doctor giving this motherfucker, what you call that, anesthesia every day, and nobody, the pharmacist, nobody's picking up on the fact that he's getting anesthesia every day.
Facts.
Every day.
Hey,
Who?
Gene, I think, my bad for cutting you off, Gene. Look like somebody answering your question, Gene. Gene, you asked a good question, but somebody saying that, bro, deep tissue massages is a no-no when you have pneumonia. Gene, you got the flow. It's on the screen. You got the flow, Gene.
Okay, let me see what they're saying.
It's on the
I
screen.
can't see
Shout out
it.
to Miss Groovy, man. Appreciate that, Miss Groovy.
I had a couple. I had pneumonia a couple of times, and deep tissue massage is a no-no. If you are taking about, if you're talking about, or what you saying? If you're talking about cupping, it's a type of massage to break up the muscles, but never deep tissue massage. But in the report, it said deep tissue massage.
That's what it said.
That's what it
That's
said.
what it said.
So what we only going by now, if she was coupling, whatever the case was may be, somebody asked them questions. Yo, what was you doing for Kim? What happened to Kim? And if somebody said I gave her a deep tissue massage, then that's what they did, because we can only go by the facts in which it is printed in the report. And nobody redacted whatever was said in the report. They said that it was deep tissue massage, so that's what we have to go with, deep tissue massage. And if
Now
that
watch
is
this,
not,
Gene. Another thing too. My bad for cutting you off again.
bruh,
Gene, can you read the screen? Because the deep tissue massage, that's what moves poison around. I believe that Ashley Austin is a professional when it comes to massages because she flew in and left right when Kim died. She came on the 12th, Kim died on the 15th. Everybody was already there. Kim had been there getting her shots. She came in and left, and she was in the bed when Kim died, and then she left at 8 in the morning. What do you think about this deep tissue massage? Because that's gonna be how we solve Kim's murder is these massages. Let's go.
well, I think that if they know that's a no-no, and that was a part of the thing by giving the deep tissue massage, I think that's enough right there to say there may have been some foul play regarding her, because it's a no-no to give deep tissue massage. So now the doctors and the people that can open up the case would have to say, well, why were they giving a deep tissue massage when we know that is not allowed in giving deep tissue massage? So now
Facts.
let's open up the case and see what's the reason for that. You understand? And now
Mhm.
if they come to the conclusion, I think that knowing that somebody gave somebody deep tissue massage would be enough to see, let's see if something happened or something medically went wrong. I know for a fact this happened because I spoke to the people before, and I think I've even told you that when Kim died, that nobody was allowed. They put security on a dead body that night. Nobody was allowed to go in that funeral home where Kim was at. They had 24-hour security on a dead body.
Facts. That's facts. Now watch this, Gene. I got on the screen. That gang. It's all I want y'all to do, gang. I have on the screen opposite report. Now, I'm not gonna go deep into it. We just gonna look at the deep tissue massage. Look at the third line, gang. Before Kim died. And remember, after she got this deep tissue massage by Ashley laid in the bed with Kim. So after this massage, Kim died, y'all. Gang, Look at it. It says 11/14/2018. Kim died on 11/15 that morning. She left at 8 in the morning, gang. The following morning at approximately 8:30. The goddaughter awoke, observed Kim sleeping, did not attempt to arouse Kim, and left for work. You showed up on 11/12. You gave Kim a deep tissue massage on 11/14. She died 5 hours later, and you went to work at 8:30 in the morning. Say it one more time, Gene. One more time. If you're in the crowd listening to the paperwork part, I'm going to say it one more time. Ain't going to say it no more. Ashley Austin showed up on 11/12, gave Kim a deep tissue massage on 11/14. Kim died 5 hours later, and she left at 11:30 in the morning. And they didn't call 911 until 11:30. Kim, look, the woman left at 8:30 after they killed Kim, allegedly. They didn't call 911 until 3 hours later. They
And
was stealing Kim's shit.
now,
Now, I'm not going to go deep into it. When I
check it
come
out.
back off
Check it out.
vacation, I'm going to break it down how they stole all Kim's shit.
Wow.
Hey, paperwork.
Go ahead. You got it, Gene.
Now, check this shit out, man. What time was Kim supposed to take her medication?
That's a good question.
Who
That's
was
a fucking
instructed
good
to
question,
make sure?
Gene.
You know what I'm saying? Because why would Ashley leave not knowing that Kim took her medication, and what time did Kim take her medication? And now
Come
the
on.
autopsy report will show how much medicine was in her system at death, and what medicine was in her system.
Facts. Come on.
Now,
Come on.
the doctor that
Let me
came
see.
in,
Same that. Oh, okay. Shout out. So left out too. Shout out to you. You ain't got a PS5 like mine. Appreciate that.
that's crazy.
Come
man.
on. And Gene, I'm gonna tell you something. Gene, I'm not gonna show the paperwork tonight, but Gene, did you know that all her shit was missing? Cell phone, her fucking laptop. Look,
Yeah.
when they went in her room, they showed you everything that was in her room, Gene. I got the paperwork. Everything was missing, Gene. They took all
Right.
Kim's shit.
And you know, any woman that has a child and children, especially girls, they're gonna keep their cell phone right
Facts.
next to their bed.
Facts. Facts. They took out Kim's shit. Now watch this. When they pulled up, Gene, watch this. When they pulled up, Gene, the coroner, not the coroner, when the coroner pulled up, the doctor was standing with P. Diddy. How did P. Diddy, Corey Gamble, and all them, and the doctor, how they beat the fucking coroner there? The coroner, like, when we pulled up, we ran into the doctor. What? The doctor was there? Hold on. So they left at 8:30 in the morning. They left Kim in the bed, and they called at 11:30, 3 hours later. So doing for that whole 3 hours. That's just like Angie Stone.
Mm.
On Angie Stone case, Lethal was missing 2 hours. If you look at the Kim Porter case, they missing 3 hours, y'all. Remember, they left at 8:30 in the morning. Kim was in the bed. I swear to God, Kim was already dead, gang. They called 911 3 hours later at 11:30. Come on, gang. 3 hours. It took y'all 3 hours to figure out that Kim was dead? Come on, Lala. What the fuck was you doing, Lala? For 3 hours, what was you doing, Lala? 3 hours. Come on, Gene. They tripping, Gene. They think we crazy.
Yeah, they want to believe that, brother. They really want to believe that. And then they don't think that they got people out here. See, what happens is that, and this is the problem that they're having, you got people like yourself who do investigative journalism, and they take these autopsy reports, they review it, and then we give it to the public at hand. We give it to the people from the paperwork party. we give it to people on the internet, and then those people sit back and they formulate their own ideology of what actually happened. And
Facts.
we're no longer going with this bullshit that the news media, the regular news media, and these doctors want to feed us, because it's a lot of people that we know now that have died feloniously behind bullshit in this industry, y'all.
Yes,
I
Lord.
made it to the crib, man, so now I'm stable.
Already glad you made it to the crib, man.
Thank you, man.
You got the flow.
Yeah, so that's the whole thing right now, and that's why they having issues. That's why they having problems, because now we're formulating shit and bringing it up and bringing it to the public, and the public can sit back there and say, "Oh, that shit really happened like that," or "It didn't happen that way." There's no way that the coroner is there, Corey Gamble was there way before the fucking police department. They was probably
Gene, but look what they did, Gene. Look at the screen. Gene, they tried to blot out the doctor's name in the first report. We had to get the report again to get his name. Gene, why would you doctor's name? That motherfucker wasn't supposed to be on the scene. It said, I spoke with Dr. Farzan at the scene. What was he doing there, Gene? How the fuck did he beat everybody there? Go ahead.
Because they probably Puff or somebody probably told, you'll call her doctor so he could talk to the coroner, so he's the fixer.
Yeah.
He beat everybody there.
Huh?
Wait a minute, Gene, hold on. Then they blotted his name out, Gene. So you look through the whole document, his name is gone. But guess what? You know Paperwork Party got that name. Soon as I got his name, I dropped it. The whole world contacted me to hey, that's Kanye West doctor. That's the same one they called the police on Kanye West.
Mm.
So he's a psychiatrist and a medical doctor?
Facts. And bro, watch this. He was, who the fuck? Can anybody in the crowd tell me who called? If Sheriff and Lala was in the house when Kim died and Ashley left, who called the doctor? The doctor beat everybody there because the doctor wasn't there, gang. Who called the doctor? They called the doctor before they called 911.
That's what I wanted to know.
I want to know who called the doctor. I think Lala called the doctor.
No,
I think Lala called the doctor.
it was more like.
Let me see. Massage therapy is not good for pneumonia. Come on, Anitra.
What she said when you called the doctor? Hey, doc, got him.
Who do you think called the doctor? Because I think it was Diddy or either Corey Gamble, because they were there when the ambulance got there or the coroner got there.
Bro, the autopsy reports say when we made it to the scene, the first motherfucker we ran into was Dr. Zan. Gene, think about this, Gene. I'm gonna tell you some real shit, Gene. This right here almost made me cry too. I'm gonna tell y'all some real shit. This almost made me cry. What?
You got emotional?
Bro, I almost cried. I'm finna tell you what almost made me cry, Gene. I'm finna tell you, bro.
Wait. You got it to keep sweat moment or something?
Man, I cried on the Kim Porter case, but this one almost made me cry like the. Think about this, Gene. And you laughing right now, but think about this, Gene. Watch this. Think about this. Think about this, Gene. Let's say that somebody you love was dead on the scene, okay? And you knew it was a murder, but when the police got there and the coroner got there, it was a doctor standing right there saying, oh, everything's okay. It was a natural death. She's been sick for 2 weeks.
Man.
She has pneumonia. Gene, that shit almost made me cry. Because think about it, bro. Dr. Farzan was there. That's why they didn't investigate it as a homicide, because he lied and said everything was cool, bro. Think about that. If somebody's on the scene dead, why not let them come in and investigate it as a homicide? They never.
See, that's where the problem goes wrong at, because when the coroner and them come there, they don't supposed to listen to nobody. They supposed to do an independent investigation and from their own conclusion decide what the cause of death for. First of all,
Fact.
she's a black woman in Hollywood.
Whoa.
If a white guy gonna say it, no disrespect to my Caucasian people and the whole 9 yards, but if a white doctor is gonna say that she died of natural causes, the coroner gonna go automatically say, okay, that's her doctor, he knows, we'll get whatever information we need, case closed, wrapped up, natural causes, instead of doing an independent investigation like they're supposed to do.
Now, gang,
And I don't want to be seen as a racist or somebody.
Can y'all believe how powerful Diddy was, y'all? I still can't believe how much power this guy had, man.
That's
now,
point, but that's how it is.
now watch this. I broke though, gang. My bad, cut you out, Big J.
Go ahead,
Broke
no,
this
go ahead,
on
do
the
your thing.
show. Now watch this, gang. I broke this on the show. This is very important. When you leave tonight, I want you to understand what I'm about to show you. Okay? Whenever the detective showed up on the scene, his name was Detective David Petit. If you remember me, gang, calling David Petit on the phone, if you remember the phone call between me and the detective on the Kim Porter case, we had 3 phone calls. Just say, I remember. I'm looking at the crowd right now. I'm finna break something down for Big G. Big G may already know this. I want y'all to just say, I remember in the crowd if you remember when I talked. Shout out to Marie, man. Marie remembers. I had 3 phone conversations with the detective. His name was David Petit. 3 phone conversations with the detective, all right? And we got those phone conversations online, gang. Shout out to the gang, man. Appreciate y'all. Now watch this. Now, think about this, gang. When Detective David Petit showed up on the scene of Kim Porter, he was met by Dr. Farzan and P. Diddy. P. Diddy and Dr. Farzan met David Petit at the scene. Now, that's when I made a joke and said the reason that the detectives got to the scene late because his cash app to go through. Because he was late. The last people to make it to Kim Porter's scene was the detectives. The homicide detective was the last people to make it to Kim Porter. P. Diddy was there. Kimora Simmons was there. Corey Gamble was there. Dr. Farzan was there. Detective David Petit was the last one to make it to the scene. Now watch this, gang. I'm finna tell y'all some real shit. I want y'all to flood the crowd with no foul play, no investigation. I'm finna let y'all hear what what the homicide detective said. When a homicide detective pulled up to the scene of Kim Porter, the first thing he said was, "We will not investigate."
Contact LAPD homicide with the doctor. We do not see any foul play at this point, so we'll just keep in contact with the doctor based upon his investigation.
And how do you rule that out so quickly when it comes to foul play?
No one's ruling out anything at this point. The cause of death is just undetermined because we don't know the cause of death. There's no obvious signs of death upon examining the scene.
Where the victim was found in bed, on the floor, how it happened?
She was found in her bedroom upstairs.
In bed or just on the floor?
In bed. In bed.
The call came in at what time this morning to you? Do you know?
I don't have that time with me right now.
And when you arrived, Ms. Porter was dead at the scene?
Yes.
There was no resuscitation or any attempts made at that point?
She had already been pronounced by the time that we were notified.
And the person that told you about this, did they tell you how long she had been dead at that point?
Yes, we have spoken to everybody inside the house, and we are working on trying to find out the last time that anybody actually observed her alive.
Was P. Diddy home at the time of her death, or just here when you got here?
I can't comment on that.
What about the children? They were here. We've seen them coming in and out of the house. They were at home as well.
I don't believe the children were home at the time.
As far as the LAPD is concerned, this goes now to the coroner.
Well, LAPD will keep an open investigation as an undetermined death. We're not investigating it as a homicide by any means at this point. It's just undetermined until we get the ruling from the Los Angeles County Coroner's Office based upon their investigation.
Our news chopper saw Mr. Combs speaking with your detectives. Was that just sort of pro forma, just a matter of getting information from him, and was he cooperative at this time?
Mr. Combs was extremely cooperative and obviously very upset. We had basic questions for him for us to be able to conduct our investigation.
So he was willing, cooperative, and how would you describe his demeanor right now?
He's very upset, and which is understandable. He's extremely cooperative with us, and our hearts go out to him and his family.
Again, hold on. If you got a detective showing up saying, no foul play, no investigation, Kim never had a chance. What do you mean our hearts go out to his family? P. Diddy was there to take all the cell phones and all the, that's why nobody had a cell phone. That's why Cheryl's running the streets on my call 911. They took everybody's cell phones and they took the laptops. The time homicide got there, P. Diddy had everything. And you talking about we send our condolences? We not gonna do an investigation, no foul play? How the hell you mean no foul play when you never did an investigation? Gang, one of the biggest things that I hate about this case, okay? One of the biggest things that I hate about this case, gang, I hate the fact that they never did a homicide investigation. Kim never had a homicide investigation, gang. I hate that so much. Kim deserved a homicide investigation. When Detective David Petit showed up at the scene of Kim Porter, the first thing came out of his mouth was no foul play. How can you say no foul play when you only been there 5 minutes? You was there 5 minutes and you said no foul play. If you would have told everybody to turn over their cell phones, turn over the laptops, we're going to investigate this, we would know that P. Diddy, Ashley Austin, Dallas Austin, and Lala were involved with the demise of Kim Porter, allegedly. But since you didn't do an investigation, since you said no foul play, now the paperwork party has to figure out what happened to Kim Porter. I really need your help. Yeah, money talk. Shout out to Valentine. Gene, I need your help, Gene.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Gene,
I'm listening.
no foul play, Gene. What's up with that?
Well, see, you say that we needed a homicide investigation. We needed an investigation, period.
Facts.
You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? And that's not done. His statement should have been that we have not had time to investigate anything, whether it is a foul play or whether it's not somebody being upset and you say visibly upset of that Kim had passed and everything like that. Shit, anybody, he's not a good actor, but he know how to act.
Gene,
So,
let me ask you a question. Check this out, Gene. This guy stepped on the scene. Everybody was already there. Detective David Petit was late, and he's giving an interview to the media saying no foul play. Gene, why is he saying no foul play 5 minutes on the scene, Gene? Can you help me with that one, bro? That's what's fucking me up. That's why I say I almost cried, my nigga, because how the fuck are you going to say no foul play when you only been there 5 minutes?
I don't even know, bro. I couldn't even tell you how he could do that. But what I can tell you is that these guys out there, or a lot of those detectives, a lot of those people are bought and sold by the Hollywood elites. And it appeared to be that he is one of those individuals that may be allegedly bought and sold. I don't understand where, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I don't understand where the paperwork and where the stuff is at, and how it's gotten to the point where it's at like that. But that is the situation. Hold on, man.
Nah, you good. Shout out to my boy Gene. Now, watch this game. I told you I wasn't gonna hold y'all long, game. We 2 hours and 20-something minutes in. Look, I'm on vacation right now. I had to come in with my boy Gene and drop some knowledge to y'all real quick, gang. Now, look, this the deal, gang. I'm on vacation. I'm gonna try to come back next week. I got some brand new information to drop about Lala, about Ashley Austin, and about what went on with Kim Porter. Remember, we turned a lot of information over to the FBI already. Shout out to Al B. Sure. He know about it. Okay. That goes with Whitney Houston too. That's why Ray J mad at me. All right, gang. So when I come back off of vacation for season 7, it's going down, gang. Another thing too.
Those for you who's just now coming in or whatever, who's been listening to this is some serious mess. Like they turning the paperwork to the Fed. Like you're just not on here talking. Like wow, y'all. I would love to, if you listening to this, I would love to know what you're thinking about all this information. Y'all, did paperwork crack this fucking case, y'all? He cracked the case. And if he gave that paperwork to the feds, like he said, Kim Porter's case should be opening soon. And as we have been taking notes, as you can see, the handlers are Cheryl Fox, which if you watch the show from yesterday, you will see her. You got Ashley Austin, which is Dallas Austin and LaWanda's child. Okay, Ashley was the one who gave the massage to Kim. And if you guys remember, Kim and Dallas used to date back in the day. Okay, so that's where that relationship come in at. So LaWanda is the baby mama. And I'm assuming, I don't know how she cool with Kim, but anyway. I think Cheryl and Kim was a couple. That's what I think. That's why they were in the bed together that morning. And based on Cheryl's testimony. And this Corey Gamble, now Corey Gamble, y'all, is in a relationship with Kris Jenner, Kim Kardashian mom. Yeah. He's a handler. His name has been ringing for years. And he knew Puffy from Howard University, y'all. So they go way back. And then this Dr. Farzam, he is the same doctor that was trying to get Kanye locked up in a mental institution. So he's the doctor who probably comes through and makes sure things are taken care of on a medical side. So as you can see, they're all handlers. This is what Hollywood is about, y'all. So paperwork is telling me that the same Dr. Michael Farzam, who was involved with Kanye's mental health crisis, is also the doctor who pronounced Kim Porter dead. Like, that's a lot. Like, it's starting to give hidden hand vibes. Like, this is becoming, I hope they reopen her case with that new evidence. So let's break down some points before I go, just to get you up to speed. Dr. Michael Farzam reportedly treated Kim Porter at her home before her death. He's supposedly giving her little shots. But come to find out, what paperwork is saying that we believe it's poison. It was poison. And in order for it to work, because I guess he had been doing it for days and she hadn't died yet. So where Ashley comes in is the massage to massage her, to spread the poison, to spread it around, right? And she died 5 hours later. So paperwork party revealed he was the physician who declared cardiac arrest, not pneumonia. They declared cardiac arrest. You heard the recording. It was not pneumonia, but they are saying it's pneumonia publicly, which is weird. This is what they do. So we know he was the doctor who reportedly also called authorities. Well, he did. They know allegedly he did call authorities on Kanye West, and he led Kanye to being hospitalized and placed on a 5150 psychiatric hold. Now, two high-profile Black celebrities with deep ties to the industry, and the same doctor is involved in both situations? What are the odds? He is a go-to guy for the celebrity crisis, and I'm sure there's others. And that's the scary part, y'all. We don't know who these people are. Man, if this man's name is popping up in two major cases, y'all, one ending in silence, the other in institutionalized Kanye, what kind of puppet master moves are happening behind the scenes? So, and this ain't just coincidence, they are pattern. And I think we need to look at Kris Jenner. I think we need to look at Kris Jenner, and that's just me because she's connected to Corey Gamble. And birds of a feather flock together. I hate to say it. So I believe Kim and Kanye were deeply tied to major industry players. And Kanye, he got up out of there somehow. He got up out of there, man. Do y'all think Black celebrities are being handled when they step out of line? It's like when they step out of line, right? Or when they know too much. I wouldn't want to be talented in that way for nothing. Thank God I cannot sing. You know what I mean? Damn, y'all. But this was pretty good. Let me give Paperwork his flowers. I think he solved another case, y'all. Because he definitely solved the Angie Stone case. And if you want to go look at that, you can go look at that too. Man. Well, y'all, that's it for me. One thing's for sure though, you guys, this case ain't resting in peace, and neither are we. So if you want to get on board to some of the realest YouTubers out there, you can follow Paperwork Party. You can follow myself. I'm telling y'all, we bringing the truth. We are weeding out these weird ass Black men in our culture. We don't want them here anymore. The way that a lot of Black men think, we got to get away from that. So, Paperwork Party just opened up a door that cannot be closed, y'all. And we only scratched the surface. And I am definitely including myself in this tribe. So drop some names y'all want us to research next. Hit the like button if you're feeling me. And please subscribe. Get me to 1,000 subscribers, y'all. I ain't begging y'all, but damn, I want to get in the game. Help me get in the game. Share. I got a lot of great stuff on the table. It's gonna shake the table. Stay woke, stay real, and stay Black, y'all. I am Bella, and I am out. Peace, y'all.